Now that we're quite firmly into October, we're starting to see a lot more holiday releases because it's amping up. You know, people are needing to get their money set aside so that they can get the nice things and the presents. So Patrick Ta has actually released this. It is available now. It's limited edition. It's part of their holiday palette. A massive thank you to Point Click Vibes. I took the information and the pictures from them. You can even see the little emblem over there. They're fantastic. Go and check them out. But let's discuss this. And of course, I am gross. I have put my affiliate link down below if you do actually want to purchase this. This is their major holiday eye and face palette for $65. So she is quite an expensive palette, but I think it's very, very pretty, and it's not like something he kind of has done before. With the exception of the blushes, we have kind of seen blushes of that kind of, well, not quite shade or tone, but like we've seen pink blushes. I think that kind of pale pink is quite interesting. Now, of course, what he's done here is it's an eye and a face, but the shadows that are more like in the shape of eyeshadows are all shimmers. So you could also use them as like highlighters, etc. So I'm assuming he's hoping that you would use the powder blush as like your matte eyeshadows, which absolutely you could, and it's a beautiful look to do. But he also has those sort of cream blushes in there as well, so maybe you could use that as a base and kind of build out from there. I gotta say, kind of intrigued. I think it's very, very pretty. I would like to see some people use this and get their thoughts on it. But it's really strange because then I see this in this other photo and I gotta say it doesn't grab me in the same way. Like, it's very strange that that powder blush doesn't correspond then to the cream blush, you know, the second one over, whereas the cream and the powder blush to the one to the left do correspond to each other, which is kind of what I've seen with Patrick basically in the past. So this has kind of thrown me a little bit, the kind of way that they presented it initially, very, very different to how it looks here. And I'd like to know which one is a little bit more accurate. And I'm guessing it's the second one because they've kind of given these kind of smashed bits of the shades, which always kind of makes me feel a little bit sad. But like I said, they have their creme blushes, they have the powder blushes, and it doesn't seem that they're necessarily like any dupes of anything that they have so far, which I think is very smart. They have glitter eyeshadows. That's essentially what they've done. And I think that's smart because obviously the big thing that was going like in the last, 2 years has been Urban Decay's Moon Dust, which are essentially glitter eyeshadows. So I think they're trying to kind of catch up on that trend. And anything that Patrick has done in terms of eyeshadows have been matte and kind of neutral, primarily matte, not totally, but primarily. So this is quite different for him. So I'd like to see what people are like saying about this. Don't know how I basically stumbled over the word, but there you go. I would be interested to see what those formulas are like. It's definitely on my list. I don't need it at all, but if I got some like money off, I'd definitely consider it. I mean, they're trying to do the whole like multi-use palette, and I appreciate that. I personally like that. However, I don't think I could really use all of this in one go. Like, I need a lot more mattes. We're looking at basically just 2 shades there that are possibly your mattes, and that's it. And then it's basically like, oh, okay, so I just use that shade out there like to blend out, and then this shade is like the main matte, and then just put a shimmer. Well, a glitter. It's apparently a glitter. You know, it's a little bit disjointed. I do appreciate though that he has all these different formulas in one place. I think that is genuinely very interesting. Do you need to have a palette that is going to get everything done for you? No, not really. No. I mean, Danessa has her Lightworks and that has no mattes in it. So like, that's fine. And this is, to be fair, $60 less expensive. I would just like to see actual swatches of these in particular to see what they're like and how maybe iridescent they are, how opaque they are, because that's going to really help people make a really informed choice on this, because at the moment I'm not 100% certain, and I'm definitely more sold on like this picture of it than on the other one. You know, this feels a little bit more cohesive. But let me know what you guys think, because I'm nosy and I like knowing these things.